You don't want no beef with. You don't want no beef with. And talk to me wild like they ain't try to be down like when y'all 12. You wasn't trying to be Kyle. Copy my style and show it to their friends and try to say that it's them, but y'all know what this is. Red bone on the couch and they both mahogany brown. Gap is so big it can see my house. Then again, my view is too stupid, bruh, for real. Don't forget to get about who really do this, bruh, for real. It's so
go closer, you like a lot of to the clipping in the holster like it's supposed to be closer than your chauffeur, Costa Nostra. Stick up to your nose, this rolling stone. Aroma peeling out, spilling all your feelings out on the corner, chilling out. Ice grilling my mouth, shout out to soldiers not pulling the out to show you, but the brains over the rover. You put a coat over the stain, cause for the day we whipping your range, so you're hitting the bank. Don't forget that the game coded in polars. California bears, take your chain off for ya, because out of all of you squares, I'ma yeah, put it in the air like the motor hit the rotor.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns.
Cam Little to kick off.
And we are underway in this AFC Wild Card Weekend contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Ready up.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
Straight to the air they go. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Set. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw here. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He just throws this one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
Trying to throw this from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making a stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Yes, it's 3, not 6. But to come away with anything on the first drive in the postseason on the road, it's a great start and a tough thing to do.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He is rocked. That ball's free. And they dodge a turnover there on the return.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team could possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Here's a dive up the middle. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting runs like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got a man left. Get some space around midfield. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Browns first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Back now, pressure coming. Texans closing in, and they get to him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Cut out left. Looks great initially, but he is short on that first down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down. They'll run for this. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
They'll work against the blitz. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. It's inside the 10. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull ahead 6-3 in the first. But we all knew who that final pass was going to go to. That entire drive really ran through him. And it continued all the way to 6.
Kind of became clear, right? After the 2nd or 3rd catch, somebody this defense overlooked in their game plan, and it took exactly one series to exploit. Now, offensively, call it till they stop it.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. The first carry here for Ashton Genty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Panthers 60, Panthers 18, Raptors, 18, Raptors. Come 19, come 19.
Back to throw. And he can't escape. He goes down. A flag, though, down with him. Let's see. Did somebody hold up front, or is this marker going to wipe away that great sack? From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now looking to throw. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jency. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. He'll look to throw. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Now after delivering that ball, we see some discomfort out there. So here come the trainers to take a look at him. Here comes Bryce Behringer to handle the 4th down punt. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Another throw here on 2nd down. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. So 1st down from the 41.
At the 41-yard line.
Setting him on the dive. Hit some space around midfield. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Browns 1st down.
At the 40-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Free inside the 30. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. A 28-yard pickup there. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Working inside the red zone. And he has it down in the 8-yard line on the play.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
There's a give up the middle. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Little knocks it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
passing this one. Knee down for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Black 40. Ready?
Counter give to Genty. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. This is Genty on 2nd. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Smith, ready, set.
1st down, and they go right back to it. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. Defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Here we go. Red, 30, field, black. 10.
We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. It's a 10-3 ball game. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And that one doesn't get him much, given maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Black shot. Down.
Motioning the tight end now.
Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Young. Chased out to his right. Brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. All in. But the Browns got this one back, so they will luckily hang on to possession.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down, looking for options. Hits his running back. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run. It was almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Christian Harris on the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Benjamin Morrison coming up to make that tackle.
That's a gain of 4.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. He's dropping back to throw. spots. He paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a man, right side. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now. It is Cup. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10. So following the fumble and the recovery, here comes second and short. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's actually going to lose yards here. They take him down at the 10-yard line. Working quickly here.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up
Third down from the gun. Throws caught. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there. We netted some positive yards.
And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied. Now following the play, one of the Texans banged up in some pain. We're going to pause as he gets checked on. Back on second and goal. Escapes the pocket. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a 13-point lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns double their lead to 14. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. First and 10.
Set. 33. Yellow. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
First play is going to be a give to Genty. His charge towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
Ready, ready. Black 40. Blue striker. Field black. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. First and 10 from the 43.
Here's 52 black.
Rush coming for Young. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
First down, Texans. Blue. Check.
Here's Young on first and 10. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. A pause now to deal with an injured player, and everyone recognizing who it is. Quarterback Bryce Young, the one in need of some assistance. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Shotgun give here to Genty. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Medical staff hurrying out to the field after that play, Brock. Looks like somebody was injured, and oh, no, it is running back Ashton Genty. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Smash, ready?
3rd and long, they're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From the left hash, 54 yards out.
54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that gets him back to within 11.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
At the 47-yard line.
Let's go now. Broccolini.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. The Browns with the lead here from Huntington Bank Field. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Set. Hey.
Looking in the air here. He's got a man left. And he's out of bounds at the opposing 15-yard line. Give him 37 on the play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
This one's caught. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns boat racing them to the halftime locker room. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Texans 6.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Here's the backup. First throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They go to Genty on the dump off. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They get 19 on that pickup. And it'll be 1st down Houston.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
70 Lions, go!
To the air now on 1st and 10. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
10 at the 23-yard line.
Viking 18!
Still sticking with the passing game. He's caught by Jack Besh. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's another Texans.
Genty from the gun. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. He's going to throw this one. Short pass brought in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
79 Brook, let's go now.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
Let's go. 19 tight. 60 Bison. 60. Come 19. Come 19.
Now come out throwing. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. The throw here on 1st. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Hold it ready.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Dive play straight ahead. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Now hold on, everyone. There's a Browns player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Ready? Panther 11, Bronco 80.
Throw here, third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up fourth down. The Browns are lined up to punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. That's grabbed at the 10. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30. Texans to the line. First and 10.
Here we go. 19.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these, and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Looking to throw again on second down. Man downfield, and he finds Besh. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And there'll be a first down, Texans. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39. Back to pass on first and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So it's second and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Sticking to the air here. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
19 light. Ready? Head to 60. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Third and long for him here. Taking a chance to the end zone. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans start the second half with some needed points.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be second and 12. Back to throw. Dumped off to his running back. Has a lane past the 45. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he's down all the way to the 30. finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. 1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Blown back, gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a hold.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Got to get some protection up front here, Kate. He is already in the game because they knocked out the starter, and trust me, you don't want to get to the emergency quarterback.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
He's going to field this at the 2. This makes it up to the 25. We've got whistles after the play as we have somebody shaken up, and that's Luke Musgrave in need of some attention out there. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Nike, Buffalo 18. 65 back, 65 back.
Airing it out to start this drive. On the move, headed right. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
70, Cup 19, Cup 70 Lions, 79 Broncos. Let's go.
He's going to throw it. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Tried getting that one to Jack Bench. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And once again, they can't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
He's got the 1st and more past the 40. And he's out of bounds after some great work on that return. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18, go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
3rd
Third down here, need 8 on the play.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19. Ready?
To the air on 3rd and long. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns make it a 3-possession game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
This return starts at the 5. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Here's a screen for Achane. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Ready? Crack on 80. 19 right.
Trying to throw this from the gun. All right side finds Bash. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
19,
Tight end in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down. Brought in right side by McMillan. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down. They're going for this. He's got it to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Medical staff hurrying out to the field after that play, Brock. Looks like somebody was injured, and oh, no, it is running back Ashton Genty. 1st and 10 now from the 46. He's going to throw it again. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Panther 11.
Still sticking with the passing game. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback.
Got ready?
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. Has a hole left, room to run. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns keep their drive alive and reach Pater 1 play later. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Little tacks on an extra point. And the Browns continue piling on to this lead.
44, Texans 19. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Somebody got to do it. I mean, hey, somebody got to do it. I see what she has. Watch him do it. He's a 5-yard dog from the music. He ain't really home. This is out there in the middle. Nobody home. This is not his home. This is a regulation.
Second down now. They need 7. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
First and 10 from the 43. Rolling from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skips down inside the 35-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Fits it through the middle. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up. They got 21 yards on the play. And that gives them first and goal.
First and goal, Houston.
Trying to run it in. Achane. He's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Texans ball. We'll see if they can come up with something and stave off elimination. Here's second and goal from the 6. Running back motions right. Second and goal, they're going to throw. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans putting up points in a game decided. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Oh, the Texans are confident they have it, and they do! All right, so a positive play for them, if nothing else. Game seems pretty far out of reach at this point, but still, had to try the onside kick in that spot.
You know what that was? It was 2 things, Kate. A, it's a good chance to practice your onside kick in a pretty low-pressure environment. But B, and so much more importantly, is down the road in a game where you're going to really need it, that gives you the confidence that you can get it done.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line. Second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're throwing it. Brought in by his back here. It's Shensi. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Medical staff hurrying out to the field after that play, Brock. Looks like somebody was injured, and no, it is running back Ashton Genty. Third down from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans make it an 11-point ball game. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. Oh, the Texans are confident they have it, and they do! 2-score game. Gotta get yourself additional opportunities somehow. And that right there, that's a huge one. Feel like they absolutely now have to translate this into points.
They really do, and not just make it a one-possession game. As you've taught me, Kate, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One possession at a time, one play at a time, one bite at a time to the very end.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. He beams one deep right side. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Browns have it deep in their own territory at the 13. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
Get up. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
This one goes off right tackle. Has some daylight through the 40. He gets loose down the right side. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns making a 3-score game in the 4th. On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns push their lead to 18. And we'll pause here for an injured Texans player. Looks like he's shaken up, and they'll get someone out there to look at him.
Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. That's going to be taken in at the 8.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Find Jack Besh on that throw. And it's going to be second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Now they send their back in motion right. They'll throw on second and 10. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Throw caught by his running back. And this one has no shot. They're on him quick, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Throwing in on 2nd down. Looking right, and he finds him. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's the handoff. It's inside the 10. And he will have them a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns keep adding to that fourth-quarter lead.
Let's see, Kate, I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What are we going to call this, other than simply splendid?
On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns grow their lead yet again.
58, Texans 33.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return coming from the 6. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achan. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 6.
Here's a throw. Finds his back. Achan. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like, the 28. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And he will be a first down, Texans.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in Ottawa. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Back now, pressure coming. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
They're going to try and throw it here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. The trick play unsuccessful. His throw falls incomplete. 4th down coming up.
It's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? If it chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And he's brought down before the return gets far.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Here from the gun. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They're going to pass it here. Called in left side. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Not sure why they'd want to keep a rush for no gain, but that's what we just saw, Brock. They've declined the penalty.
You know, Kate, there's times as a parent, right, you want to teach your kids some tough lessons, but I don't think I've ever seen that on a professional football field.
So to a chorus of bucks from the dog pound, the Browns take the win at home. And they were the top-ranked team in action in this wild card round, Brock. So this was always the expectation that they'd advance through to the divisional round. And next week, they're going to be right back here playing for a spot in that conference championship.
And bringing it to pass, baby, you know that you better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama. I want the Chanel and I got your back. I promise that I would've never gotten phoned if I knew I would get so attached. I promise that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence. This time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about. If you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat. While you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.
Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
See, I would've done anything for you. Now you won't pick up when I call you. It was late night texting till we're yawning. Nowadays I'm overthinking till the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning, but I know my heart forever bleeds. Truth is, the strangers like magicians. Never knew them tricks were.
The playoffs are set, and it's going to be good. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen here with your weekly recap for Week 18. We start with a good matchup in the NFC, and it's the Minnesota tight end. He was absolutely electric. This one of 3 touchdown grabs for him in the game. Up next, it's a big one here in the final week of the season. And here it's the Browns defense getting it done. They knock the football out, force the fumble, scoop it, and they're taking it back the other way. What a game-changing play. Touchdown. The Browns are in as the division champs. They finish off the regular season in style. Lastly, let's go to MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And this is the Giants wideout. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. It's a 66-yard catch and run to the house. So now the regular season comes to a close. It's on to the playoffs. A little bittersweet, admittedly, but we thank you for joining us on this journey. Scott Hansen saying goodnight from Orlando.